Though there is active participation of the faithful by the vernacular use of the liturgy or by the use of vernacular language in the liturgy, and also the priest celebrating the Mass, the Eucharist, the real effect of spiritual renewal did not take place. Now, let us come to the next sentence of the encyclical in number 10, second paragraph. There we read, we see also, or we can observe, an extremely reductive understanding of the liturgy or Eucharist. During the post-Vatican liturgical renewal era, we see a extremely reductive understanding of the liturgy. If anybody asks me what is the worst sentence in a way in the encyclical, I would say the worst sentence or the sentence that to be taken very seriously is this sentence. That is, we observe an extremely reductive understanding of the Eucharist during the post-Vatican liturgical renewal era. We can see the reductive understanding or reductive way of thinking in the liturgy in its ideology of what is liturgy and what is Eucharist, and also in its celebration. In ideology, many people began to think, after all, Eucharist is only a moment of repeating or continuing the Last Supper only. So Eucharist was taken up as it's only a commemoration of the Last Supper. Though Jesus instituted in the Eucharist during the Last Supper, that is not the Eucharistic celebration. That is only a beginning. So also, we see the reductive understanding in the celebration. In the celebration, what happened in the Latin Church mainly is reducing the prayers, the symbols, the signs, and celebrating the Mass by 30 minutes, even 15 minutes, and so on. The priests and people happen to fall into the danger of to finish the Eucharistic celebration as early as possible. And the reason is the modern man don't have time. If we are not making use of all possible signs and symbols, and if we don't give sufficient time for celebration, how can we have the Eucharistic amazement? See, we told already in the beginning, what is the aim of this encyclical? To enkindle the Eucharistic amazement. It is possible only by giving sufficient time and celebrating the Eucharist by using all possible signs and symbols. At times, one encounters an extremely reductive understanding of the Eucharistic mystery. Stripped of its sacrificial meaning, it is celebrated as if it were simply a fraternal banquet. Stripped of its sacrificial dimension, we can never separate the sacrificial and the meal dimension of the Eucharist. There is no meal or banquet without sacrificial. It is sacrificial meal. Denying the elements of the ministerial priesthood, the Eucharist became mere the table of the Word of God. That means removing the table of God, the altar became a platform of preaching, like a Protestant pastor preaching. Furthermore, the necessity of the ministerial priesthood, grounded in the apostolic succession, is at times obscured, and the sacramental nature of the Eucharist is reduced to its mere effectiveness as a form of proclamation. This has led here and there to ecumenical initiatives which, albeit well intentioned, indulge in Eucharistic practices contrary to the discipline by which the Church expressed her faith. How can we not express profound grief at all this? The Eucharist is too great a gift to tolerate ambiguity and depreciation. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. പിതാവിനും പുത്രനും പരിശുദ്ധാത്മാവിനും സ്തുതി. ആമേൻ.